Bob Buschelman is an institution here at Loyola High School. When I first became president, Bob was here night and day for every event we had and gave himself into subbing in a classroom the way he did when he was teaching chemistry. He's a remarkable man and someone who's an inspiration to me.
He was somebody who made learning fun. He took a normal kind of reward system or grading system and turned it into protons and neutrons and was able to just kind of make the interaction fun.
I grew up in Santa Monica. All of my friends had decided to go to St. Monica's, but Steve Gerhardt and I decided that Loyola was the place for us. In order to save money, Steve and I decided to hitchhike to Loyola. And I can remember one cold, rainy morning when we were hitchhiking. We couldn't get a ride. 2.5 hours trying to bum a ride. We're tired, we're wet, we finally get to school. We go walking into the dean's office, and the dean says, "Jug." The courses at Loyola were very challenging. The teachers were very good. My favorite teacher was Mr. Bill Barnett, my 4th-year English teacher. Bill had a commanding presence in the classroom. He was enthusiastic, humorous. In terms of influencing my future, Bill Barnett had the greatest effect and was a terrific role model for me. As I approached graduation from Loyola High School, I thought of a major. At the time, chemistry was most interesting and challenging to me. They asked me to TA the engineering chemistry lab sessions, 3 of them. I was amazed at how much I enjoyed teaching. I can relate to others now who have difficulty getting a job. My first 3 months, no job available. Couple of interviews, not much pay, and it did not pan out. Then I met someone who worked at Douglas Aircraft Company, and he said he would check to see if maybe I could get in there. It turned out that he was able to get me into Douglas. I went to Cape Kennedy for the first firing of the unmanned Saturn to the moon. This was quite a huge project, looking at this billion-dollar system in operation.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
Finding then, my last place was Vandenberg. And at Vandenberg, it was mainly to launch missiles to be intercepted over Kwajalein, so it all tied together there. As I was approaching 3 years at Douglas Aircraft Company, I realized that this was not something I wanted to continue, even though it was very lucrative. Once I got into teaching at Loyola High School, I never thought of going back to work at Douglas Aircraft in aerospace. There's something special about Loyola. We all know it for different reasons. For me, it was the aspect of being able to teach a course in chemistry in the situation, doing and setting up the rules as I like to do them. And in general, the feedback has been quite good. I like the story of one of my former students who said, "You know, your class was difficult, but we had fun." I have fun doing it also.
Bob was here for 40 years, and during every minute of those 40 years that he's been part of this community as a member of the teaching faculty, he has been a man for others. He, I think, in some ways helped to shape that phrase that we now use with our kids, because it's what we try and do with all of our young men, because it is what happened to Bob while he was here.
Getting the Cahalan Award is obviously very special. Look at the many alums. Look at the few recipients. Look at the quality of the alums who have received the award. I like to draw the analogy of the finest wine. The finest wine would represent those who get the Cahalan Award. I really had to question when they called me, because there's one person who is much more deserving than I. I visited him for 15 years. He's in a home. He's got muscular dystrophy. Brian Grady, you deserve this award much more than I.
Bob, congratulations on receiving the Cahalan Award. You are a most worthy recipient. I want to thank you personally for all that you've done for Loyola High School, all that you did for our students. Congratulations again, and please come by as often as you can because we miss you.